You've heard of Hercules, Achilles, and Perseus, but what about Jason? He may not be the most famous name in Greek mythology today, but back in ancient times, he was one of the greatest heroes of them all. Jason wasn't just some wandering warrior, he led the Argonauts, one of the most legendary bands of heroes in history, on a quest so dangerous that even the gods took sides. But before he became a hero, Jason was nobody. Born a prince but raised in exile, his life was shaped by a prophecy. His father, Aeson, was the rightful king of Iolcus, but his throne had been stolen by his own brother, Perilous. To protect him, Jason's mother sent him away to be raised in secret by the wise centaur Chiron, where he grew into a warrior. Years later, Jason returned to reclaim his birthright. But instead of being welcomed, he was feared. A prophecy had warned King Perilous, "Beware the man who wears only one sandal." And guess who just so happened to have lost a sandal while crossing a river? That's right, Jason. Perilous knew he couldn't just kill Jason outright, people would revolt, so instead he set Jason up for failure. He sent him on a quest so impossible, so deadly that Jason would never return. The task? Retrieve the Golden Fleece from the distant land of Colchis, a treasure so powerful it could make a man king. And just like that, Jason's fate was sealed. Jason knew he couldn't do this alone, so he gathered the greatest warriors in Greece. These weren't just any men. This was an elite squad of demigods, warriors, and adventurers. They called themselves the Argonauts. With his crew assembled, Jason set off on the most dangerous voyage in Greek history. But the journey to Colchis? It wasn't smooth sailing. The gods? They weren't exactly on Jason's side. Every step of the way, he faced death. And his crew? They had to prove their worth over and over. The first major test? The Symplegades, the clashing rocks. A deadly passage where two massive cliffs would crash together, destroying anything that tried to pass. No ship had ever survived, but Jason had one chance. Following the advice of the goddess Athena, Jason sent a dove through first. If the bird made it, so could they. The dove lost only a few tail feathers. Taking the hint, Jason pushed forward, and at the last second, the Argo barely escaped, losing just a piece of its stern. Then there was Phineus, a blind prophet cursed by the gods. Every time he tried to eat, the harpies, foul creatures with the faces of women and the bodies of vultures, stole his food. Jason's crew fought them off, winning the old man's gratitude. And in return, Phineus gave them the secret to reaching Colchis. After barely surviving the journey, Jason finally reached Colchis. But here's the problem. King Aeetes, ruler of Colchis, wasn't about to hand over the Golden Fleece. This is where things get interesting. Aeetes' daughter, Medea, was a powerful sorceress, favored by the gods, and when she saw Jason, the gods made her fall in love with him. With Medea's help, Jason cheated his way through the trials. She gave him a magic potion to protect him from fire, helped him yoke fire-breathing bulls, and even guided him to slay the sleepless dragon guarding the fleece. Against all odds, Jason won. But this wasn't a clean victory. Medea? She didn't just help Jason. She betrayed her father, murdered her own brother, and burned bridges that could never be rebuilt. With the fleece in hand, Jason should have become king, but life? It's never that simple. Peleus refused to step down, so Medea handled it her way, tricking Peleus' own daughters into killing him. But Jason? He wasn't a fan of Medea's methods. Over time, he grew tired of her. He betrayed her, abandoned her, and married another woman. And Medea? She didn't forgive betrayal. In her final act of vengeance, she killed their children and fled, leaving Jason broken and alone. So, was Jason truly a hero, or was he just a man who took what he wanted, no matter the cost? His story isn't one of glory, it's a lesson in how power, greed, and betrayal can destroy even the greatest of heroes. What do you think? Drop a comment, hit like, and subscribe for more epic myths.